Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we're on a mission. We are going to uncover the absolute power of a completely forgotten grain. We're talking about examining the real science, the raw nutritional data, and the actual real-world health benefits of a food that has literally sustained humanity for millennia, but then somehow just vanished from our modern plates. Okay, let's dive into this. So, think about the modern struggle we all face trying to find healthy carbohydrates. We're constantly bouncing back and forth between wheat, rice, maybe a little quinoa if we're feeling extra adventurous. But what if the world's most underrated grain is actually its healthiest? We're talking about a tiny, incredibly overlooked hero that's basically been hiding in plain sight this whole time. Just to give you a sense of exactly what's in it for you today, we're going to prove 3 massive health claims using the absolute latest nutritional data. This grain, it controls blood sugar spikes, it actively protects your heart, and it can completely transform your digestion. So this isn't just another passing internet health fad, right? This is a foundational food that your body is practically begging for. Let's establish our baseline here. What exactly is millet? Well, it's an ancient, super hardy, small-seeded cereal from the grass family, and it's been cultivated across Africa and Asia for thousands and thousands of years. But here's the really fascinating part about its origin story. These tiny round grains are unbelievably resilient. Like, they're so hardy you can literally store them for years without any insect damage at all. It's the ultimate ancient survivor. Now, let's compare millet directly to the common grains we usually rely on every day, like your standard wheat and white rice. Millet stands out dramatically, and it's because of its specific structural advantages. First off, it's entirely gluten-free, which makes it totally safe for anyone with intolerances. Second, it's got a really low glycemic index, meaning it processes nice and slowly in your body. And third, it is absolutely packed with essential amino acids, way more than most other cereals on the market right now. But here is a crucial detail that most people completely miss. Millet isn't just one single grain. You can actually think of it as a whole team of nutritional specialists. It's a massive family of grains, and they all vary in size, color, and, most importantly, specific health benefits. So let's break down this miracle family and see exactly who we're dealing with. And this brilliantly illustrates how we categorize this incredibly diverse grain family, primarily by size. So on the left side, we have the large, or what they call major millets. This includes pearl millet, sitting at about 3 to 5 millimeters, and sorghum, which is slightly larger, maybe 4 to 6 millimeters. Then, over on the right, we've got the small, or minor millets. Think little millet at 2 to 3 millimeters and barnyard millet. Now, they might look tiny, but trust me, their nutritional profiles are absolutely massive. Actually, let's look at a pretty shocking statistic. 8. That is how many times more iron you get from bajra, also known as pearl millet, compared to standard white rice. 8 times. So if you're struggling with low energy levels or iron deficiency, literally just swapping out your rice for pearl millet is one of the single most efficient dietary changes you can make. And hey, here's another number for you, 6. Barnyard millet packs 6 times more fiber than wheat. Because of this absolutely incredible fiber density, it does an amazing job of maintaining satiety, basically keeping you feeling full for much, much longer. That makes barnyard millet an incredibly effective, scientifically proven tool for weight loss and just general portion control. Let's map out a few more specific traits here, because each grain has its own totally unique superpower to offer your body. For instance, ragi or finger millet is an absolute storehouse of calcium and B vitamins, which are crucial for brain function and healthy cell division. Jowar or sorghum is a total powerhouse when it comes to reducing cholesterol levels. Foxtail millet utilizes these smart carbohydrates to stop sudden blood sugar rises and boost your overall immunity. Oh, and we definitely can't forget kodo millet, this really cool dark brown variety that's actually known to help reduce joint pains. Okay, so we've talked about the high-level benefits, but as focused learners, I know you want the raw data. So let's isolate exactly what happens when you measure out just 1/4 cup of dry millet. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer density of the nutrients. In just 1/4 cup of dry millet, you're getting 189 calories, yielding 36.5 grams of complex, slow-burning carbs. But look really closely at the protein and fiber. You get 5.5 grams of protein and a remarkable 4.25 grams of dietary fiber. And it's super important to note that millet expands a lot when you cook it, so that little 1/4 cup dry, it becomes about a full cup cooked. So it's a very satisfying portion that delivers really high-quality protein and fiber without overwhelming you with sugar. In fact, sugar sits at less than a single gram. So, how do these exact nutritional facts go to war for your body? Let's shift our focus a bit and inject some energy into how millet directly battles our most common modern health problems. We're going to look at three specific battlegrounds: diabetes, heart disease, and digestive health. First up, let's look at diabetes management. Millet acts as a profound defender here. Because it's a low glycemic index food, and it's absolutely packed with non-starchy polysaccharides, it physically prevents your blood sugar from spiking right after you eat. Plus, the high magnesium content actually boosts the efficiency of insulin and glucose receptors in your body. It basically turns millet into an essential whole grain shield against type 2 diabetes. Next, let's examine heart health. So the crucial point is how the minerals in millet actively protect your cardiovascular system. The soluble fiber literally traps fat in your gut, which lowers the cholesterol level in your blood and directly reduces the risk of atherosclerosis. Additionally, the potassium acts as a vasodilator, meaning it improves blood circulation and lowers your blood pressure, while that same magnesium we literally just talked about is linked to preventing heart failure. It is a brilliant multi-pronged defense for your heart. And our third battleground is your digestive system. Millet is basically your ultimate gut guardian. The insoluble fiber adds vital bulk, keeping you regular and significantly reducing your risk of colon cancer. But it's also a prebiotic, which means it actively feeds all the good bacteria in your microbiome. Beyond that, the antioxidants inside millet, like quercetin and curcumin, they neutralize free radicals and actually help detoxify your liver and kidneys by flushing out built-up toxins. Look, all of this science is incredible, but honestly, it doesn't do you any good if it just stays theoretical, right? We need to talk about practical application. How do we actually bring this ancient hero home to your modern kitchen? Fortunately, millet is incredibly versatile. It's got this warm, slightly nutty flavor that adapts beautifully to almost any meal you can think of. Let's move to millet and see how this builds a perfect base for your meals. It is incredibly simple. Seriously, you just combine 2 cups of water with 1 cup of millet in a saucepan. Bring it to a boil, reduce the heat, cover it up, and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. Then you just remove it from the heat and let it sit for 10 minutes so it absorbs any of the remaining liquid. And hey, one pro tip before you start, try soaking the grains in water for a few hours first. Doing that helps decrease phytic acid, which ensures your body can absorb all those amazing nutrients we just went over. Oh, and if you want an even nuttier flavor, just toast the dry grains in the pan for a couple of minutes before adding the water. It's a total game changer. Once you have your cooked millet, the options are absolutely endless. You can toss some toasted millet over a fresh salad for an unbelievably satisfying crunch. You can boil it down with some seeds and greens for a really comforting, warm breakfast porridge. You can swap out arborio rice entirely and make this rich, creamy millet and mushroom risotto, or you can even buy millet flour to bake completely gluten-free breads and waffles. It's such an easy swap that literally instantly upgrades the nutritional profile of your daily meals. So we've seen the data. We've seen exactly how it protects the heart, manages blood sugar, and completely transforms the gut. This ancient grain has literally sustained humanity across continents for thousands of years. So my final question to you is this: isn't it time it sustained you? Go grab a bag of millet the next time you're at the grocery store. Try swapping it out for your usual side dish, and just see how your body responds. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. And as always, keep learning.